Hi, all my keto carnivore friends, pickles, snowflakes, and turtles. Welcome to my channel. This is where we talk about food and a lot of those sniggly behaviors that stick with us even though we are pretty good into our own personal programs. And so sometimes it's the habits or those couple of sniggly items that we keep holding on to. I know I held on to my gum. And what else did I hold on to? I didn't do diet sodas. I didn't do artificial sweeteners. I love my fruit. But I know that I held on to things for an awful, awful long time and still had success doing my program. And the thing about that I'm learning about keto every day and carnivore every day is that it is such a personal journey. And so that's why I listen to a lot of the people that have gone down the path before me, because I learned from them. And, sometimes we can't avoid making our own mistakes. That would be me, because we think we got it. And so that can get us into trouble. And so I love listening to the people that are doing it, how they're feeling. Oftentimes I take into account their age. Do they exercise? How far down the wrong path have they gone? And things like that. And then, I just alter my own program to meet my needs. One thing I will tell you is that the longer I do my keto with my simplified foods that are very recognizable if you saw each one, which means that I'm not having processed keto-fied things as well. The longer that I do it, the more suddenly I can sense a sensitivity to an item that I might introduce. I seem to do better when I have beef or pork. Those two things seem to just work for me. My lettuces have gone from, whoa, big A salad bowl, down to 60 grams max, down to 30 grams on a lesser day. And I balance out the protein of the meats with cottage cheese, and I just got a new dozen Pete and Jerry jumbo eggs. So sometimes I could have an egg instead of my cottage cheese. So it all works for me, but I've upped my protein by about 20 grams, so I'm up to about 75 grams per day, and that just seems to work for me. And on those days when things just get a little out of balance, then I decrease my intake of fat, be it with the 2 tablespoons of olive oil that I put on my salad, my very small salad, or places like that. And so it just all balances out for me. I know that you guys, each one of you, not you guys, all of you are different. And all of you have your own journey. And that's why I love this channel, because you just show me with your transparency what you are doing, how it's working for you, and where you're at. And it just works. I love all of your successes. Some of you have got to maintenance by doing things that I don't do. And maybe I do things that you wouldn't do. So it's just kind of interesting about where we find our successes on our own. And it does take some practicing, some detective work. Oftentimes I would suggest that it's the next day that you might have symptoms from introducing a food that may or may not be working for you or no longer working for you. So that's the fascination with all of this. And so here we go down the road. I knocked down my lettuces and I increased my protein, and I'm liking that. I got on the scale today for my weekly weigh-in, and I lost 0.4 of a pound, and I'll take it. The humidity is still at 99%. We've had months and months of this, and so it hasn't been really the golden fall of yesteryears that I've always enjoyed, and all of that water retention slowly leaks out of my body. Right now, it's just you know, at 99% with a heat index of sticky, icky, oppressive, it's not fun. But I'm used to it. But it's just interesting to practice my own keto, like you practice your keto, and what we do with it. So I use the chronometer. It's that Apple, and there is a free version as well as one that you pay $35.99 for. I pay the $35.99 for the year. It's about 75 cents a week. So today I am having 1,242 calories. These are my macros: 1,245 calories. Protein is 67. Carbs are 3.4, and fat is 110. And what I'm having with all of that is my small salad, which includes 60 grams. I need to go get lettuce today. And then I'm having 50 grams of good culture cottage cheese plopped in the middle. I am having 20 grams of cut up bacon on top of it that I kind of warm up just a little bit. And 2 tablespoons of oil. One is extra virgin olive oil that's organic, and the other one is macadamia nut oil. And then I'm having my beef tenderloin, and I'm counting 6 ounces. I have not weighed it yet. When I pick out the tenderloins that Greg and I are going to have, I stay under a pound, and I try to find one that's got a bigger one than the other one, and I take the small one. And I saute that in my in butter, Amish butter, as a matter of fact. So when I weighed in today, my weight is 121.2, and that I will take to the bank. Thank you very much. And all they will give me is one of those like looks like, why are you telling me? Oh, I thought I could take it to the bank. Oh, no, I guess not. So who did I listen to this morning? This morning, I listened to Sylvia Tabor on Carnivore Cast. It's kind of hard to follow or find. I would just type in Google Carnivore Cast and it would pull it up. And they've got quite a few interviews on iTunes. And so I watched her there. And the man that interviews people is named Mike. I know that Keto Mike, turned me onto it. And the reason that I like carnivore interviews, especially with women, is because they teach me an awful lot. Not that I'm going carnivore 100% anytime soon. I've just increased my protein. You know, I'm not a card-carrying carnivore yet, or I don't know if I ever will be. But the thing is that these women that I listen to that are now carnivore, that would be Sylvia Tabor. It would be Kelly Hogan, and it would be Michaela Peterson. There you go. There's 3 women, for example, along with Amber O'Hearn and Amy McGuire, I think, is too. Anyway, the thing that I learned is they have done so much investigative work on their body and what their body reacts to, that for me, it's great lessons, just in case I was feeling something. And for a lot of them, like Keto from Keto Mad did, and I think Jim from Beating Obesity also did, is that they did like the 30 days of beef with no salt, no added anything. So everything else went away. And they began to add the things back in and report in great details what happened to them. And I think that that is something that a carnivore candidate is willing to do more than just us on keto. And who I'm talking about here with the keto are the ones that not keto-fying, not finding desserts, not ordering the products that, you know, they look like processed foods still, with the flours they use and the dessert types that they offer. This is more the strict savory keto. I guess that's how I would describe the difference, is the savory keto tribe that I'm a member of that has none of those sugars added to it, the keto-fied desserts or the breads. It's more, you know, just some meat, and some sort of, maybe a salad on the side, maybe a veggie on the side, but definitely in smaller amounts. So anyway, that's how and why I listen to these ladies talk about their success, their trials and tribulations, and it just really it just adds to my journey, and little stuff gets stored up there in my brain compartment, and I learn. You know, a lot of them give up dairy completely, and that is definitely a hold back to why I don't do a carnivore diet. I do like my dairy, and I don't seem to have inflammation from it. Although a lot of people have said you can have inflammation from dairy and not even know that you have it. Okay. But for me, it's working. I lost the 0.4 pounds from doing higher protein and, 10 or 20 less grams of fat. And my carbs are way low. Like today, they're 3.4 with just those little things that I have added in. So it's working for me, and I like it. What works for you? Have you done any changes since we've kind of entered the fall months? The different, it's a different flavor in the air. It's a different thing. Some of us might do well with it. I do find that seasonally, there's differences in my appetite for things. And I know that I found that summer, it could be, was quite a struggle for a lot of people doing it, although the grill at a cookout or some sort of event offered plenty of opportunities, as long as they didn't get into the barbecue sauce before you had a choice, and things like that. But the other stuff kind of creeped in, and especially in the season when you need to drink a lot of things, a lot of people were drinking maybe things that, weren't totally healthy, but they wanted to get their electrolytes in, and they figured, well, it's just a BBC. A BBC is a better bad choice. So like adding the Propel powder into their water, things like that. I stick with my mineral waters, my Gersteiner, the see-through glass bottle, Mountain Valley, and San Pellegrino. Although I have a Topo Chico mineral water that I will be having today, but I haven't cracked it open yet. It's got a bottle cap like the good old days, so I look forward to that. So I'm just keeping it simple. I'm keeping it savory. I guess that's my kiss. Keep it simple with 3 S's. Keep it simple and savory, Sarah. So that's how I am today, and I like my macros. They're good and low, and yet I get that semblance of a salad that I still kind of hold on to. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food, with another episode. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye for now.